today you have to have fun. You learn first. You have to learn something, and then you have to have fun.
You can sit here. Welcome. You can sit here. Yes. No, I want you to all sit here. So just sit here. Welcome, girls. We're so lucky to have you as our first group. Have a seat. Hi, have a seat. Sit here. You can sit anywhere here.
Wait, are you sitting, Mark?
No, don't sit here. I want you to sit here. I want you to face this way. Yes.
Hello. Welcome to my house. You know, my house is very special to Jesus. He blessed us with many enormous blessings. He even spent the Passover with us. I am very sad and afraid that Jesus had died. But please let us all come together and pray together so that God will be able to guide us and help us to make the right decisions.
So we're like disciples here in this room, okay? And she's the mother of St. Mark. We're in St. Mark's house, okay? You all with me? So we're gonna play first a small game. I apologize that we don't have 16, we have 12. So if you don't have a card, find someone that has a card and share with them, okay? So this small game is just you have verses that Jesus said in this place. And I want you to read it, and you're gonna stand up and find the picture that's related to this verse, okay? Sounds good? We can start now? Did you read your verse?
Yes.
Okay, whoever doesn't have, play with someone else. Okay, 1, 2, start.
I think it's flowers.
No.
What?
Look on the other wall. Close. Come on. What is yours? Share. You share together, please. Everybody's up.
Almost?
We're almost done. How are we doing, guys? If you're done, please just release one hand until somebody else is done.
All done?
We're missing a picture here, or who has this picture?
Who's not sure?
What does yours say?
Yes, good job.
Thank you. Are we missing anybody?
Go get the picture of Judith.
Which one is yours? No, it's this actually.
What?
There's still one picture that's not even part of it.
Is that part of it?
Oh, we're betraying them. Right. This is Judas.
Oh.
You have the money over there. Who has?
Judas is green.
Yeah, Judas got the money. Which one is yours?
Betrayed Christ?
S, good job. Wash, good job. Which one is this? Vine, good job. And you're here? Let me see, Miriam. Commandments.
Wait, she's
Perfect. Perfect. Good job. There's one missing.
Yeah,
Who are we missing?
Oh, okay. So the helper is the Holy Spirit. Yeah, what's for this? The fire. And you have the picture? Very good. Good job, girls. You got it all right. You can sit down now. Good job. I can take it.
Wait, are you sitting?
Can I have it? Can I have it? Sit down.
No, she works.
Sit down. Sit down. Can I have that? Okay. So this the second part of the room.
You guys have a seat.
Can you please open the door?
You can. I would have to dress up first.
Oh, yeah, yes, Timmy.
We're gonna do something and like an interactive with Jesus. So Jesus is gonna appear to us in this room, and we're gonna be like the disciples. Okay? Okay. So we're more than 12. So who wants to dress up? We have a dress up board. I need
I
12.
want to dress up.
Okay, more. We need 12.
Amy, be a disciple.
Ready?
Can I
Joanna, you want to be a disciple?
Guys, your last name.
You want to be a perfect. You want to dress up?
Can you pass it down? Amy.
And I'm giving her what is your hair? I like that.
Yeah. So whoever gets the shirt, you can get them one of these.
Okay.
Where's your hair? Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So everyone put your shirts on.
Yes, hurry up, hurry up.
Everyone put your shirts on. Put your shirt on.
Fast, fast. Wait, as fast as you can so you can play.
And if you put your shirt on, come here.
What size?
Extra.
I tried to get the one
Natalie, you're so natural.
Good job, Natalie. Oh my god, I wanted to wear that. Hey, Sherry, can I?
We go to you? Yeah, come.
Good job, Sherry.
Oh my God,
By the way, I'd be a
I've never worn
perfect
this
St.
big of
Peter.
a shirt.
Are you Peter?
You got all 12?
Good job, Deviana. Good job. I got my thing.
Yes, we're ready.
I don't think they can do
Hi, Joanna.
Who else?
Yo, could I have a
Sharon, so you're wearing a dress?
Can I have a towel?
Yes.
You can do it. Let Clara do it. Wow. Let Clara do it.
Judy,
Good job, Amy. Oh, yeah.
Judy, you do Judy.
We didn't take one. Sorry.
Come on, Marlena.
Okay, go back. Sit back when you're done. Go sit back. Sit back when you're done. Who else?
Miriam.
Is this you?
Good job, Amy.
I got one more. Can I have one more volunteer? Joanna, Marlena, and Bear.
We have time so we can start.
Romina, you give me. So you Guys, whoever is dressing up, can you stand in that corner so I can take a quick picture of you, please?
Go share it. Picture of
Let's sit down, guys. Let's sit down so we can start.
You guys sit down.
I wanted a princess. A princess? It's so big on her. Look at the world. That is awesome.
Okay, who's the last one?
Very creative. Very creative.
Who's the last one?
Look how Where's Julia? How good is I'm sure your hair is so
Here you go.
Can you look at me for a second? One.
Guys.
Ladies, right up here. 1, 2. Come on, eyes up here. 1, 2, and 3. Yay! Say cheese.
The short ones are in the back.
Romina, thank you.
Let's go sit down.
Have a seat.
So we are going to act with Jesus, okay? The cards you have, would you sit down? Sit. The cards you have
Having issues with my rope.
has numbers, okay? So when you see, okay, the cards you have has numbers. So when you see and hear your number, you're supposed to read it out, okay? But when you read it, you have to actually try to act it. So like show some emotions, show some, if it's happy, show that you're happy. Go take a minute and read your line. So when you see your number, you're gonna read it and try to act it. Got it?
Can you read your lines? Can you take a minute and read your lines? What does it say? Just look at it, read it in your class. Maria. Hello. Take a minute to read your line.
Rayo.
Okay, ready? One. No picture, and then 1, 2, 3. Number 1.
I saw the Lord. and he spoke to me.
Good job. Number 2.
The Lord is risen indeed, and has appeared to Simon.
3.
Jesus appeared to us too, but we didn't know him at first.
4.
Yes,
Speak up. Loud, loud, loud. Start over. Loud.
Yes, we asked him to come and stay with us. He sat at the table, took bread, blessed it, broke it, and gave it to us.
5.
At that moment, our eyes were open, and we knew that it was Jesus.
Peace be with you.
Are you Jesus?
I'm so afraid. What am I seeing?
Number 6. Good job. 7.
I can't believe my eyes.
8.
Is this the spirit of Jesus?
Why are you troubled? Why there is doubts in your hearts? Come and touch me. Come and touch my hands. Come and touch my feet. The spirit doesn't have bones, doesn't have flesh.
Number 9.
Can I touch your hands and feet?
Come and touch me.
I'm so glad.
Seriously. We're acting.
I didn't get to touch your
It's real. It's not a spirit. It's real.
I'm so happy I can't move for joy.
I'm hungry. Do you have some food?
You could eat. Yes, we have broiled the fish and honeycomb.
Give Jesus. Give Jesus. Come and give me.
But I wanted to
Good job, Virginia.
Why did
I have to suffer, and I have to raise up from dead after 3 days. This is for the repentance and the remissions of sins.
We witnessed all of these things.
Peace to you. My Father sent me, and I'm gonna send you to the whole world. If you forgive the sins, your sins will be forgiven. And if you retain the sins, your sins will be retained. Stay in Jerusalem and wait for the power to come for all of you over here.
Glory to God.
All of you over here.
Can we stand? Good job, guys. Yeah.
Can we stand around Jesus for picture, please?
Yes, we have to learn the verse. So let's say the verse while we're doing this.
Okay, what is it here? What does it say?
Peace to you, as the Father has sent me, I also send you. John 20:21.
All right, guys, can you please congregate around Jesus for a picture?
Jesus will not appear over there.
Yeah, we need to put up the
Behind Jesus for a picture?
Oh my gosh, if you like
No, all of you have to sit down, by the way.
I want the cards. Who has cards?
All of you have to sit down.
Anyone else has cards? Anyone else has cards?
Okay, guys, we gotta go. So quick picture next to Jesus. Behind them, there's plenty of space.
Jesus is the shortest one here.
So Jesus, come be did that. Yeah, come be did that.
Hold on.
Switch.
Okay,
Okay.
one second.
Ready? 1, 2, and 3. All right. Very good.
Thank you, girl.
Make it 1.5 minutes.
Yeah, I told you about it.
And she 1.5 minutes, okay?
So do I have to sit?
1.5 minutes.
No, can I just stand up?
You do whatever you want.
My leg fell asleep.
No problem. I need everybody to come and sit in the middle. In the middle.
Can I take pictures?
In the middle. In the middle. Okay.
Yes, she's everyone. There's a picture behind the window behind Philip. That has a picture.
Hi, everyone.
You need to listen.
If you guys want to meet our character today, you have to pass our quiz. And we have a bunch of events here. And you have 2 minutes to put them in the right order. And you need 5 out of 8. And then you need 10 points for discipline and 10 points for finishing on time in the 2 minutes. And I'm going to let you guys know when the time is up. And then you're going to pick one person to pin it on the wall in order.
Okay? So we have 8 events, 10 points for each, 10 points for discipline, 10 points for finishing on time. Sarah is gonna hit 3 times when the time is ending. And then
Does the
you
movie
need
have the answers?
you need to participate. You need to participate.
Okay, everyone make the circle.
Okay, time started.
This is when they.
You need to participate. There is points on participation.
So
Put it in order.
This is first. Second. Third. Are you organizing them by verses? No.
If you don't know the event, just read what's written down.
I have 19. I have the numbers. Wait, this is before. This is right here. This one is right here. This one. Because this is where they see the angels. No. This one. This is the crucifixion. That's probably gonna be after. This is right here. This one is after. Where's Saint Mary crying? Right here. Right here. Okay, this goes behind it. Watch your hand. Put this in the middle between Mary and Jesus.
You guys have 30 seconds.
This is after the resurrection. This is when. This is after the resurrection. Like all the way back there. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Are you sure? You guys want to check it? You still have time.
Yeah.
So
You still have some time. It's not in the order, Fedi.
No,
We're not gonna do it in the order.
Isn't it? No, wait, cause this.
Can you take it out from here?
So. Wait, no, this is right here. No, it isn't. Yeah, because this is when the Marys when they saw the angels. This is when they didn't find Jesus. Yeah. No, yeah, that's so after that. So this is before this one. Yeah, this is after this. Yeah. No, this is up there. Yeah. No. Yeah. This is Jesus. What is this?
You guys can read it. It's under there.
Yeah, read it with that. Well, this is all the way in the front. Oh, I told you. Because this is when he's going to get crucified. Like, wait, that's when he. Oh yeah, that's when he's walking. And then. Yeah, I think we're done.
Okay. Okay, time's up. You guys can pick two people to put them on the board.
One for the first 4 events and one for the second 2.
Lucas is it and her. First 4.
Yeah,
Me?
a girl and a boy.
It has to be a girl.
You can help each other. What's the first 2 events?
I got the first 4. The first 2 events.
You get the next 4, Rainy.
Then
He gets the first one. Make sure you guys put them on right because the last group put them on wrong.
Okay.
First event?
You have to Velcro.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Second, here. Third, here. Fourth, here. Okay. Fifth.
Are you sure you have it in right?
Fifth, over here. I'm gonna let you see before I give the points. Okay. 7, 6, 7, 8. Go sit all. Go sit.
Everybody sit down.
Everybody sit down.
Okay.
Sit down. Everybody sit down.
That's the right order.
Okay. Are you all okay with this arrangement?
Yes.
Everyone, you need to get away from
the
this.
wall.
Yeah, get away from the
in the
wall.
middle because we're gonna.
Wait.
Are you all okay?
Yeah, we're fine.
Huh?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, sit down.
You guys need to move.
That's the first event. When Mary Magdalene, Jesus get out 7 demons out of Mary Magdalene. That's the first time Mary Magdalene met with Jesus. 10 points. Crucifixion, when Jesus was crucified. Another 10 points. Now, that's wrong. First, early Sunday morning, they went to the tomb.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's what
Right? And then when they went to the tomb, they couldn't find Jesus, but they met the angels. Right? The angels appeared to them to let them know Jesus is not here, he's risen. Then, when they go back, when they are going back to the disciples, Jesus appeared to them and told them, I'm risen. Go tell the disciples. After that, they went and tell the disciples, right? They went to tell the disciples. And then the disciples go to see if the Mary is saying right or wrong. That is, you have St. Peter and St. John going to the tomb to check. Was Mary saying right? Did he really risen? And then Mary Magdalene went back to the tomb, and where Jesus met her over there and appeared to her, right?
Got two right.
Got the right arrangement?
Got three.
7 demons, crucifixion, early Sunday. You want to take the 10? You want to take the 10? No, it wasn't here. Early Sunday morning, the 2 angels appeared to them. Going back to the disciples, Jesus appeared to them. They went and tell the disciples, and then St. Peter and St. John wanted to check if this is right. And then when Mary Magdalene went back to the tomb, Jesus appeared to her. So now we have 10 and 10, 20.
That's sad. Yeah.
And then, it's okay. And now you participated really, really, really well, and you were really disciplined, that I wanted to give you 20, not only 10. So you were really good. And you finished in time. So you're going to have 10. Now you have 50. You need to get 50 to meet our character, although we expected more, but that's okay. No problem. Now it's time to meet our character.
Do we actually have like a story?
You need to see.
Hello.
Hi everyone.
What's your name?
So I am so glad you all came here today to know my story of Mary Magdalene. And actually you're all standing in my favorite place right now. This is where I come to sit and to think for hours. And you're going to see exactly why this is my favorite place.
One second. Give me 1 second.
I know, it was from a very long time ago when I used to live a very sinful life. Actually, I had 7 demons in me, and those 7 demons would control everything I did, everything I said, and I would listen to them. And everyone around me knew that, and so I became known as the woman with the 7 demons. However, one day, a man named Jesus came, and he was very different from everyone else. His eyes were full of such compassion and kindness, and yet there was a power coming out of him. And he was so kind to me, and he prayed to me and for me, and he was able to take the 7 demons out of me. And from that day on, I followed Jesus everywhere, and I loved him with all my heart, and he became my Lord and my Savior. However, the saddest day of my life came when my Lord was crucified and he was hung on the cross. I was covered in tears and I was devastated that my Lord was suffering so much pain and for no reason at all. He did nothing to deserve any of this. And so after his crucifixion, very early Sunday morning, I went to his tomb with Mary and Salome so we could put perfumes on his body. But when we went there, the stone of the tomb was removed, and Jesus wasn't there. Instead, there were 2 men in white robes. They were standing there, and they told us, "Do not be afraid. He isn't here, for he is risen." And so, me, Mary, and Salome, we ran to the disciples as fast as possible, and we told them everything we heard and saw. And the disciples didn't believe us. So I left the disciples very hesitant and sad that this happened. So I went back to the tomb, and I was crying and crying and crying until...
Mary was standing outside the tomb, crying, and as she wept, she stooped and looked in. She saw 2 white-robed angels sitting at the head and foot of the place where the body of Jesus had been lying.
"Why are you crying?" "Because they have taken away my Lord, and I don't know where they have put him."
She glanced over her shoulder and saw someone standing behind her. It was Jesus, but she didn't recognize him.
"Why are you crying? Who are you looking for?"
She thought he was the gardener.
"Sir, if you have taken him away, tell me where you have put him, and I will go and get him.
Mary,
Teacher!
don't cling to me, for I haven't yet ascended to the Father. But go find my brothers and tell them that I am ascending to my Father and your Father, my God and your God.
Okay, thank you guys. So our verse is saying, I am the resurrection and the life. He who believes in me, though he may die, he shall live. John 11:25. You just need to understand it. That's it. Okay? Thank you for coming to us. Take your present, your gift.
Ready? ربنا معاك.
Alright, have a seat over here. Have a seat over here. Over here. Guys. Have a seat. Give us some room.
Everybody sit down.
Yes. So, don't worry about what's happening here. Just pay attention to the story. That's it. Have a seat.
Do you have the script?
I'm writing. I'm writing.
It's the script. Well, I got one question for you. Why are you using the script? Oh my lord. Aladdin exposed. He can't remember. Who are you acting on? He can't remember. Why are you like 3 pages? No, I don't want to.
Please be quiet. Listen. Understand the point of the story. Okay? No comments. No, oh, he's wearing sneakers. He's not supposed to wear sneakers in India. No, this guy got hair gel. No, none of that. That stuff is not important. What's important is the story. Okay? Alright? So, let's pay attention to the story, and I want your participation when asked. When asked. Are we good?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. So, welcome to India. I'm glad you guys are here and sitting with us. As I'm sitting here, you got the visa? It's been revoked. As I'm sitting here in the land of India, I was contemplating decisions. Do you know that our lives are a series of decisions?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
You guys know that?
Yeah.
What decisions have you made today?
Coming here.
Coming here, what other decisions have you made today?
Wearing clothes to come here.
Wearing clothes.
Landing in Tilted Towers.
What other decisions have you made today?
Drinking juice.
Drinking the juice. Everything that you do is based on a decision that you made.
Talking. Answering you.
Walking.
That's right. Alright, that's enough. Thank you. Tony.
Hearing.
Well, the devil is constantly pushing us to make the wrong decisions. How do you differentiate good decisions from the bad ones?
The ones that you like are
Good, then it's good. If it's bad, then it's bad.
One second. Guys in the back,
Si, senor.
please keep it quiet. How do you... Well, let's go through some questions. Is it okay if I don't go to liturgy on Sunday?
No.
Well, okay, so it's summertime. I got all the time in the world. No school. I can play Fortnite for 12 hours.
No, what if you have work?
I don't care about my mom and dad says.
I
Is that a good idea?
you are getting.
That's a bad decision.
No, you're smart. You're
Because
a
you're
wise
wasting your
man.
time.
You have to look at it. Fortnite actually makes you smarter.
It makes you have to do.
You have to build real fast. You know, go up and get
Guys, we're never gonna finish if we keep doing
But
this.
if you're in a picture.
Okay. Okay, my friends are having a party. There's some weird, sketchy people there. Might be some dancing. But all my friends are there. And God really wants me to have fun, right?
Yeah.
Is that a good decision? That's a bad decision. That's a bad decision. Because bad things happen there. This is a funny movie. I heard it was hilarious. Everybody talks about it. It has some bad scenes.
Jumanji.
It has some bad scenes. Guys. It has some bad scenes. But it's not gonna. It's gonna be okay. What's wrong with that? Just a funny movie, right?
I'll close my eyes. It's called Baywatch. It's rated R.
That's a bad decision. Okay, I've been watching movies and playing video games and running around all day. I want to go to sleep. I'm too tired to read the Bible. Sunday school will just teach me all about it. Good decision?
No.
Bad decision. We should be reading the Bible every day.
Mom said
The thing is, I really don't know how the devil does this. He knows he's conquered. Christ rose from the dead on the third day, and he appeared to so many people. He appeared to 500 at the same time after he rose from the dead. St. Paul testified about it in 1 Corinthians 15.
I have a question. What does this have to do with India?
We'll talk about it in a second. He conquered the devil like a mighty man, beating down and stabbing this ugly, evil, dirty animal.
Shady.
And then, that's not nice.
Yeah.
And then that mighty man. See, that's a decision you make to call your friend, to call another child of Christ that bad word. So you watch your decisions, okay?
At home
Don't you worship cows in India?
That mighty man. So that mighty man, after doing all of this, he told us, our children, he told us, his kids, to go and beat up that devil and kick him, and he can't do anything about it.
Stop!
That's for you.
Don't talk about that horrible day. That was the worst day. Jesus came and tied us all up. And for what? For you beauty little humans.
What up? He's so bad.
Why does he even love you guys? You know what? I'll show him what you really are.
Well, very cute.
I'll show him you guys are just beauty little humans. I'll make you guys leave him and come to me.
You can't do anything.
Oh, but I can. See, that's the thing. When you guys were created by God, God was an awesome guy. He gave you free will. I'll use that free will to make you come to me, just like I did with Adam and Eve.
I'm writing everything down. You're cunning. How do you do this?
It's very easy. Very, very easy. See me? I am the best psychologist this planet has ever seen. I go and study your habits, your thoughts, your words, your actions, and eventually I find your weaknesses. And then I attack. It's very simple. Let me give you an example. I'll give you an example.
Listen, please.
It's a Saturday afternoon,
Thank you very much.
and you're hungry. It's fasting season.
I am
But Peter smells a nice steak.
McDonald's, a Big Mac.
Peter smells a nice steak. So I tell Peter that one bite is not a big deal. One bite is one bite. Peter goes in and he goes in for the kill.
One cow.
He eats that one bite. And then I tell him. It's okay, another bite's fine.
Another bite, don't eat that.
Eventually, my fish another bite, he ate the whole steak.
That was the first bite.
Guys, we don't have enough time.
Now
Please listen to what he's saying.
Peter's full, and humans always eat until they're completely full.
But Peter's
That's
never full.
But now he's tired, and he's lazy, because he just ate a full steak. 16 ounces. He doesn't even get the 8 ounces.
It's 22 ounces.
He goes home, and I tell him, hey, you don't need to do anything. You don't need to read your Bible. You don't need to pray. Sit down, and watch a movie or play Fortnite.
He says,
I tell him, yeah, hey, I have a really nice movie. It's called Baywatch. It's rated R. There's a couple bad scenes, but hey,
the whole thing.
hey, it's fine. 1 or 2 bad scenes, not a big deal. So he watches it, and he ruins his mind with the movie.
And now he knows too much for his age.
Now, it's already 1 o'clock in the morning. He's tired, and there's church the next day. He goes to sleep and never wakes up for church. Oh. I wake him up late. I wake him up late, and then I tell him, hey, you can just watch the live streaming. Watch it on your iPad. Watch it on your iPhone.
And then watch Fortnite in the middle. Actually, I joined. Of course.
And then, guess what else I tell him? You should eat a nice big breakfast full of sausage, eggs, bacon,
cheese, big sausage.
cheese.
Oh yeah.
Anthony knows what's up.
Oh yeah.
Eventually, he hasn't done anything. He doesn't know who God is. So I come and tell him. My grand finale is this. I come and tell him, where's God? Does he even exist? He has no clue. You see me? I'm a genius. I'm like a chess master. I know exactly what I'm supposed to do. Don't you know that I know everything? I was once an angel.
You're a fallen angel. Yeah, but God is here with us at all times. Historians wrote about him. The Bible is unchanged since it was written. There are literally thousands of old copies of the first centuries in many languages all saying the same thing.
Why don't you guys?
He appeared to Paul. He appeared to Paul and turned him from a bad person who wanted to kill all Christians to someone that preached to all and evangelized all Christians. Christianity is the only religion of miracles. Christianity is the only religion of miracles. God split the sea and he raised the dead. Guys, nobody cares about the Tesla Roadster right now. Alright. God split the sea and raised the dead. The story of the resurrection, no one was ever able to disprove it. And people that tried to disprove it, they just failed. And they ended up winning all by becoming Christians themselves. So many miracles by saints. Saint Mary appearing in Zaytun in Egypt. How do you justify all of this?
It's really easy. It's very simple. All these humans, all they're looking for a reason. All they're looking for is a reason. And I give them that reason. Even one of Jesus' own disciples, I made him doubt the resurrection. This Thomas of his.
Stop! Get him, Thomas! Let the Thomas come in. Let's all the Thomas jump the devil.
Who are you?
Thomas. Faithful disciple of Jesus Christ, our Lord and God.
Faithful disciple. What are you doing? What are you doing in India? This is not Jerusalem.
Don't you know? I preached and brought thousands to Christ in India. I came here in 52 AD.
I love him.
Wow, I have to write this down. But wait, the devil said that you denied Jesus.
It's just another one of his little tricks, okay? He's a liar. Not telling the whole truth is lying.
Stop! You're ruining everything!
Here's what happened! You have to be quiet, please. I don't have a lot of time. Here's what happened. After the Jews and Romans crucified Jesus, and after the burial, I just left town. Left the disciples, went to the room, and after some time, I came back, and I told the disciples that the disciples went dancing in the church. Now, I'm not to be a doubter. I have to see things to believe in. It didn't make any sense to me for someone to die and rise up again. Like, what is this? Maybe the disciples just lost their minds from their fear or something? I don't know. So I literally told them, unless I see the print of the nails in his hands, and I put my finger into his side, I will not believe. Well, 7 days passed, and nothing really happened. But on the 8th day, the Lord appeared in our midst, out of nowhere. All the doors were locked. And then Jesus said to me, "Peace to you." And then he said, "Reach your finger here and look at my hands. And reach your hand here and put it into my side. Do not be unbelieving, but believing." But that wasn't it.
And that's why Jesus said,
oh, that's also why Jesus said, "Blessed are those who have not yet seen and yet have believed." That wasn't it yet, guys. That wasn't it. Jesus came more times after that. We sat down and had a picnic with him. We learned a lot during those 40 days. He sent us the Holy Spirit. He let us preach and talk to people. We saw St. Mary's body ascend to heaven. And he even sent us the Holy Spirit. The disciples fasted 15 days just to see St. Mary's body ascend to heaven, just like I saw. So after that, I left Jerusalem, I went to India, and I preached there for the rest of my life until I was martyred there. Our God is an awesome, caring, passionate, and a very powerful God. A doubt? What doubt? Tell this little devil to leave you alone. Pray to God always. The devil wants nothing but to make you lazy, lose self-control, waste your precious little time, have doubts about yourself, and all these silly little things to get you, all these bad decisions, to get you to this hopeless place. It'll be this horrific home forever. After our mighty God's second coming.
Just let them to eat
Guys, if we say the verse twice, we get to get a gift. A gift?
Those who have not
Let's start with those who have not yet seen and yet have believed. Again, let's start with those who have not yet seen and yet have believed. Alright, let's go. Set up.
Come on, let's go. Get up. Everyone's gonna get a pen, alright?
Calm down. Once you get your pen, go outside, please. Once you have your pen, go outside, please.
Who's sitting there?
I've been a servant for more than 25 years now. I know the Bible. I've done a lot of research. Yet, there's one character in particular that always confuses me. It's St. Peter. I mean, he's very special from everyone else. I mean, from the first moment that Jesus Christ saw him, he called him Supper, which means this rock. And then, next time, Jesus Christ cured his mother-in-law. But yet, that day, Peter did not follow him. And then another day, Jesus chose Peter's bow to speak to the multitudes. Yet Peter did not listen to him. Peter was very upset that he did not get any fish that day. He didn't catch anything. So Jesus told him to cast his net once more, and he caught many fish that the net started breaking. But yet, Peter's reaction was very weird. He went up to Jesus and he asked him to get off his boat because he was a sinner. Now he realizes he's a sinner? I mean, what does being a sinner have to do with you catching the fish? Now, once he followed Jesus Christ, he had two completely different personalities. On one hand, he was very strong in the faith, he was very trustable. On the other hand, I found him very, very weak. I mean, he denied Christ not once, not twice, but 3 times. I mean, how could he do that? How could Jesus Christ's rock deny him 3 times? I just wish I could understand.
Mark, Peter, John, and I have come from you.
Jesus, I'm just so confused.
Peter has always been my rock, and he'll continue to be my rock.
I know, but, I mean, Peter, you yourself said it. To Jesus Christ, you told him you're the only one. You're the true Son of God.
Yes, I believe that, but from the day I met Jesus.
Yes, and this is true. He's the only one who told Jesus that if all the disciples had left, he would not leave him.
And I said to him, I will follow him, even to the end of my death.
And I warned him. I knew that he would deny me 3 times, and I told him that.
I mean, Peter, how could you? Why would you do that?
You can't imagine the pain that I felt when Jesus looked at me and reminded me of my 39.
None of us knew that Peter would deny Christ. I was too busy taking care of St. Mary, while they were so scared so they went into hiding.
I was the only one who knew and felt Peter's pain after this.
That's why. Peter's pain? What about your pain?
I knew from day one that he was gonna deny me. That's why I said from the beginning that's why I appeared to him 3 times, because I knew he was gonna deny me from the beginning.
At the Sea of Tiberias, it was reminded me of the first day that I had met Jesus.
Yes, remember the first time Jesus was inside the boat, which symbolized the Old Testament and him coming down to save us.
When Jesus Christ was there at the Sea of Tiberias standing on the shore, it symbolized that we had reached paradise.
I told him to cast the net down in the Sea of Tiberias.
We had cast our net, as you just told me, on the right-hand side of the place we were at.
Remember the first time Jesus had told us not to count the fish, which was a sign that even though we all may follow God, that we will not all have eternal life.
I told him not to count the 153 fish because I knew from the beginning
that my children were going to make it to eternal heaven.
We had went up on the mountain and we saw food being prepared by Jesus. And it looked like he was going to tell us or do something.
It was a symbol to show you that even after you denied me 3 times, I was going to be there to feed my sheep.
When we sat down to eat, Jesus said, Peter, do you love me? He asked me this question 3 times. The first time I thought it was a normal question. But the third time, I felt ashamed and I felt like he was trying to remind me of my denial.
I wanted him to know that even after 3 times of denials, that I was always going to be there for him, and I always wanted him to lead my church.
Jesus was so gentle about my denial, he didn't embarrass me or expose me. He literally asked me, do you love me?
We were all there, but we didn't notice that Peter had denied Christ, or that Christ was blaming Peter for this.
Now I know. Now I know that God has a plan for everyone. Even the change in character was the plan from the start.
Mark, I love you.
Thank you, Jesus. Thank you for making me understand.
Good job. Did you get it? So how many times the miracle of Peter is right? There was a couple of comparison between both miracles. The first time Jesus went inside the boat, okay? The second time he was standing on the seashore, right? In the first time, they went to the depths. In the second time, Jesus only told them to throw the net on the right-hand side, okay? And in the first time, the net break down and the fish was uncountable. The second time at the Berea Sea, the net never break down and the fish was counted. So that's like a comparison between, we say, Old Testament and New Testament, that our Christianity will never break down and all of them are counted and will have eternal life. Okay? The other main important thing is Jesus never exposed St. Peter in front of the other and embarrassed him. He was just so gentle with St. Peter. He asked him 3 times, do you love me? Like he's reminding him of the 3 times the denial, but in a very gentle and loving way that even the other did not even notice that Jesus wanted to do that. Okay? You got it? So that's a lesson for all of us. Never to expose each other, never to be embarrassing each other in front of our friend. If we know something, we just go to my friend in a gentle and loving way, and we speak together. Okay? Okay, any questions?
I don't think we have enough. Stick where you need, Joe. Yeah, I don't think we have enough.
Can you line up, please? We're gonna go next time. Wait, next one is gonna be Isha. You can go ahead and go inside the room. If you're done, move on with your servant.
Okay, we have to do an application. His name is Jeff. My first name is Jeff.
Why should I give you that information?
Yeah.
If you don't fill it out, you don't go inside. It's your choice. Can you put your headphones away? Okay, you're not approved. That Ben, have you been? Can I put music in late? Excuse me, can you put your headphones away? Why is everyone here always right? Always what? Right in you're left-handed? Okay, this is starting to bother me.
How do we know about some visa? This credit card. Wait, is
It's time to go inside the station.
You're trying to get yourself to go to I don't know. If you want to pass that door, just try to
I'm fine.
Where do you start?
I don't know. This information is very private. Egypt? Oh, Egypt is right here. Yes.
Okay, and then here write Egypt. Same with like the are you done? You're all done.
Anthony, look at what I did. Does this look like assignment? What should I say if I said no? I would just a I don't know. Or official use. Who's that? I don't know how to spell it. There's Samantha.
Thank you.
Yes. Am I going on an air?
Stay right there. Stay right there. Stay right there in the group.
To Jerusalem.
Anis?
Israel. I just took myself in the group.
Sarah. Good job. What are you doing? Oh, that's an airplane.
Airplane? No, this is not. You just left the airplane. Now you're in Israel.
Wow. Israel is all paper. Israel's all paper.
Israel's all paper? No, there's trees and mountains. We have a museum over there.
Almost, but the ceiling that's not paper. And I think what is that job? I think there's a ceiling in the air.
We'll talk about it.
Who's D? Who's this one?
It's the red card. It's the red card. That's Daniel.
Daniel.
Yeah.
طلعي برا.
Eda.
بلاش gift خالص.
Eda. You don't have number 5. You don't have enough money. Why does it say apologize? It knows where you're supposed to be.
Alright. I'm a tourist guide. I'm going to show you around. I'm going to show you around Israel today.
Thank you, Mom.
Let's walk away from Jerusalem.
Thank you, Mom.
Come this way, come this way.
It's a beautiful hair.
Come around so that you can see the manuscript. Hey.
Wow.
Come this way.
Is this how
Good boy. Come on in. Okay. So, can everyone see it? Can everyone see it? Anna? Can everyone see it?
Yeah. A little.
This is the Gospel of St. Luke. This is what the language used to be written in. If you can't see the font, it looks like this. It used to be written in Hebrew. So all the Gospels used to be written in this font.
It was translated to Greek.
Yes. Then what happened after Greek? What was it translated to?
Greek.
What was it?
Arabic.
English. There you go. Okay, so we're going to go to English. Okay. We're going to read a verse from St. Luke's Gospel. Hearts burning within us, while he talked with us on the road, and told the scriptures to us. Luke 24:32. Okay, so now we're talking about two disciples that were leaving Jerusalem because what happened in Jerusalem? What happened to Jesus? He was crucified. So were they happy? Yes. Were they happy or sad?
Everybody because she pulled my hair. And she's happy too.
Okay. So Jesus was just crucified, so the disciples were sad. So they left Jerusalem and were going to West. Okay? How many miles? Let's guess how many miles Jerusalem is away from West. Who says 1?
21.
Who says 2?
I say
3?
right now it's 1.
4? 5? 6? 7? 7's the answer. Good job. 7. So it's 7 miles away. Jesus walked with them around 6 hours from the beginning all the way till they got to the end. Okay? So now we're going to go around. Go around. Go around.
6 miles long.
6 mile walk. Okay. So I want you to tell me what your favorite picture is. They all here they got into the end. Now they're doing communion. I want you to tell me which one is favorite. All of them have food. You're hungry?
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
I like this one.
Okay.
I like this one.
Who likes the first one?
Me.
Raise your hand. Raise your hand.
Just because it's the first
Okay.
one.
Who likes the second one?
Yep.
Okay, that one wins. Okay. So we're going to talk about this one. Okay. So the painter is Michelangelo. Guess who this is in the picture?
Jesus.
No, this is Jesus. Michelangelo.
Yay, I got it correct.
Okay. So Michelangelo. We have Jesus Cleopas is the first disciple. Who's the second disciple? Can someone tell me the name of the second disciple? No, that's the first one. Cleopas is the first one. What's the second one? No one knows? No. Many people say it's St. Luke. Many people say it's St. Luke, but that's not true. St. Luke came and became an apostle after Jesus ascended. So the first one is named Cleopas. The second one is? We don't know. That's the answer. Don't say Luke.
We have no clue.
You have no clue.
And
Okay.
who's this one again? Michael. Cleopatra. Michael Angelo.
Okay, we're going to come back here for a second. I want you to notice something. Two things.
Okay.
This was the longest appearance of Jesus, because we said it ranged for more than how many hours? 6 hours. It was the longest. Second, it shows us how the liturgy works.
Yes.
So in the liturgy, what's Jesus doing here? Can someone tell me?
Raising his hand.
Okay, what's he doing after raising his hand? He's doing what? And open the
scripture to us.
Do we do that in liturgy?
Yes.
Okay, what do we read? Do you know what we read?
Gospel.
Acts. Okay, so all that stuff is in the liturgy. Listen. Liturgy of the Word. So these two pictures are liturgy of the Word. Can someone tell me what the rest of the 4 pictures say? Or what's Jesus doing in the rest of the 4 pictures?
Giving communion.
They're eating, but what's happening in the eating?
Eating.
Communion. Good job.
Having fun.
Communion.
That's communion. Yeah.
Okay, last thing. What's that liturgy called? What's that part of the liturgy called? Liturgy of the
Faithful.
faithful. Good job.
Good job,
Awesome.
Daniel.
Nice. So the 2 parts of the liturgy are liturgy of the
Faithful.
Word and liturgy of the
Faithful.
Good job. Okay, now go back to the United States of America. Well done.
Wow.
That's it.
Guys over here, now get up in your bag. Have your bag open. Girls, this way. Guys here.
Open the goodie bag. Open the goodie bag.
Yeah,
Open your bag. Open your bag. Come on.
Open your bag.
Open your bag. Excuse me.
Okay, who can say it alone?
Who can say by themselves without listening?
Without.
George, say the verse. You can say the verse.
Okay.
There you go. Yes. $17. Good job.
Do you love me, feed my sheep? John 2:17.
21:17. What is it?
Do you love me, feed my sheep? John 21:17.
Good job. Good job. John. Good job. Great job. Who else want to say the verse? Yes.
John 21.
Good job. Yes.
Do you love me, feed my sheep? John 21:17.
Good job.
Fastest one in the world. John 21:17.
Great job. So anyone else want to say it? Want to say the verse?
Say the verse.
Yes, go ahead.
Thanks, Megan.
What? You're going to your mom. I heard that. Don't think I didn't know what you said.
Who else want to say the verse? Can we say it all together one last time?
Yes!
1, 2, 3. Do you love me? Feed my sheep. John
21:17.
You can stand up, guys. You can stand up and line up. If you can.
Some video?
No, introduce yourself.
I'm Dory. I'm Nemo.
I'm Jesus. I'm Peter. John.
Good.
watching. Everybody's there. Everybody watching there.
I lived a very sinful life until I met Jesus. I knew of him, but I didn't really met him until he came to me and took the 7 demons out of me. And from that day on, I was bounded by his love, and I hung with him every day. He became my Lord and my Savior.
For me, his crucifixion and death made me sad, and I was unable to fill my heart. Although it was so sad that he was gone, although he is our Savior and the hope that we have been waiting for years and years. During all this sadness, he came and appeared to us. He appeared to everyone. He changed sadness to happiness and hesitation to certainty.
For me, I loved him so much. I believed in him, always resting by his heart. I would never leave him.
I've seen that he is resurrected. I've seen the trust in their eyes and the happiness in their hearts. But even if I didn't believe, I chose not to believe, except when I see him with my own eyes and I touch him with my hands. Maybe I believe in me, but I make conditions to believe in his resurrection. I don't know. But what I know is that that was a bad decision. I should have never put conditions to see him.
But for me, my sin was so big and my regret was even bigger. When he told me that I'm going to deny him, I told him if they need me to die with you, I will never deny you. But during this crucifixion and all the fear which I had, I've denied him. I've denied him not only once, but 3 times. Then I remembered his words, and when he looked at me with his kind, gleaming eyes, then I felt a great guilt and I cried a lot. But after his resurrection, his compassion was so great that he restored my dignity in front of myself, calmed me with his love, and even more, he told me to feed his sheep. Then I answered him saying, I love you.
His resurrection gave them certainty in their hearts and joy and happiness, returned their hope in them. Jesus was not only their God, but their friend, and he knew each and every single one of them separately. He stayed with them 40 days after his resurrection, 40 days of happiness and victory. He then promised to give them the Holy Spirit in order for them to preach of his sacrifice and resurrection to the world. Thus, we are all here today to see his ascension into the heavens, the disciples, the followers, and you all. Come, come.
Wait for the promise of the Father, which you have heard from me. For John was truly baptized with water, but you shall be baptized with the Holy Spirit not many days from now.
The time to restore the kingdom of Israel?
It's not for you to know times or seasons, which the Father has put in His own authority. But you shall receive power when the Holy Spirit has come upon you. And you shall be witnesses to me in Jerusalem, in all Judea, Samaria, and to the end of the earth. Go around the world and spread the gospel to every creature.